Hello everybody, I am Lady Leeanna with another edition of Tarot Lessons Made Easy, where we've already done the first two shows regarding the Celtic Cross method, what the placements mean within this method, and now we're picking apart the major arcana cards by taking two cards at one time that are very similar within their meanings and explaining the symbols in them, talking about what the cards mean in the upright position as well as the reverse position. In this particular show, we're highlighting the Hermit as well as the Hierophant. Two very, very nice cards, two very powerful cards, and two cards, as a matter of fact, that I feel very associated with. Because, for one thing, whenever I'm teaching my students on their paths within religion, then I feel very much like the Hierophant, a spiritual guider card. And whenever I'm guiding people through my tarot card readings, my clients within my psychic business, then I feel very much like the Hermit, one who lights other people's pathway and guides them on their journeys or goals. And two very good cards, by the way. Now, first, let's take the Hermit card. A particularly old fellow, not really referring to a person's age, and a fellow not particularly referring to man or woman. It's a symbol, and they can't have a card within 78 that refers to every single person. So basically, the individual within this card is a symbol of people in general. The old white beard refers to the age, not particularly of the physical body, but of the soul. Now, he's holding a staff, which puts him in a place of power, which means he's very strong in that which he does. He has obtained respect of other people and is very stable within his undertakings, and may also represent long journeys or pathways in the past. Let's see. The lantern that is held by the right hand of the Hermit, it's a lantern that seems to be somewhat of a bird cage, and inside of it is housed a six-pointed star of power. The six-pointed star, as well as the eight-pointed star, is well noted for being a power symbol. And in this one, the six-pointed star is glowing very vibrantly. And we'll get to that in a minute. But the Hermit seems to be walking on what is waves of sand, but could also be taken as waves of water because it's not really spoken about within the card. So depending on how it catches your mind at the time, it could be talking about Jesus Christ walking on water, or having powers to surpass anything and everything, as far as a dirt sandy place that the Hermit is walking on, could be very well referring to a pathway, a long journey that one is undertaking. Now, the cloak is basically a physical covering. It refers to the vessel itself and that which houses all of this power and energy that's being spoken of. And also that this person that the Hermit is referring to has risen to a higher state of contentment and is within a place of power among his or her peers. And so basically the Hermit is a very powerful entity. Now, the star encased within a cage, the cage actually refers to a physical vessel, yet again it is referring to that which is contained within rather than the vessel itself. The vessel would be the person, and the star on the inside would be the power or the light that one has within themselves to be able to guide or lead others. And so the card would be saying naturally that there's a very high and powerful entity within one with the ability to lead and guide other within their pathway. And that's why I feel particularly good about this card in reference to myself. Now, all in all, you would say that the Hermit, he's looking down in high concentration, which is just exercising that wisdom and that will. Whenever you see this card in a client's reading, it could be referring to you as you're guiding the client and validating that which you're saying. It could also likewise be saying that the subject of the reading will be granted their guru of life, someone that will come into their life that will guide them wholeheartedly and into the best of ways, the best places shall they go. Could also mean that the client themselves has a powerful light within themselves and are a beacon of guidance for other people likewise. Now, if you find this card in the upside down position, it means one who is a perpetual Peter Pan, refuses to grow up, refuses to listen or take in knowledges or wisdoms of others, one who is stunted within their growth. Also may mean someone is about to lead the client or the subject of the reading into a trap, and that they should watch themselves. Now, the Hierophant is a spiritual guider, but more on a mass level rather than the Hermit card, which is just guiding one, a few, or a small group. The Hierophant is political and spiritual, and in a place of power, could refer to a highly revered king and queen that is very beloved by their members. The Pope, a Christian reverend or minister that's very well noted and sits in high places, is very beloved by their people. Let's see, is a person of peace and tranquility, and yet guides and leads with authority, and yet with only love within their heart. The two bald-headed gentlemen at the base of the card refers to balance of religious and spiritual aspects within one entity who leads and guides people on spiritual pathways through their lives. The scepter, a place of power, which would again state that this person sits in very high places. The crown, the same thing. In respect to other cards, it could refer to the rich and elite, which is very giving with their material goods and contributing. You should pay special note to the red cloak, which refers to the blood, but only like in the religious aspect, that which flows through you, would be a reference to love. Okay? Now, in reverse position, this card would be saying a minister or priest who has fallen from grace. The fallen angels of God would be referring to a pope who has fallen, could refer to the death of religious and spiritual leaders as well. If there's somebody that's very important to you within the religious aspirations, one that you follow closely, and this card falls in the upside down position, crossing or coupling with a card that gives a deep description of someone, it would refer to a death of a religious and spiritual counselor. This has been Lady Leeanna with another edition of Tarot Lessons Made Easy. I hope you've enjoyed this particular highlighting of the Hermit and the Hierophant, and that you'll join us again on another edition. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you will to keep the channel flowing, and I'll do my best to always bring you the best. And you take care of yourself. Bye-bye now.